Hey everybody, another edition of Bird Brain 66 with my good buddy Brian Bretsch here on my left or my right. What's up, Brian?
It's all good. Andy and I thoroughly enjoy technical difficulties.
We do. It's a lot of fun out here in cyberspace. What's up? Hey everybody, we're looking at the 2008 and 2009 Topps Ring of Honor insert sets. Yeah, it's an insert set, but we thought it was pretty cool for both years. One is available, the 2008 is available in the Topps Updates and Highlights set, and the 2009 version is available in the Topps Base set. So if you're looking for those in particular databases out there, that's where you will find these particular cards. Um, Brian, I'm going to let you kick this off with your first card up.
Sure, I will do that. I was going to tell you that, 2008 was interesting in the updates that it only features 11 cards overall. Thankfully, two Cardinals, and then in the 2009 set, 100 cards overall, plus 11 Cardinals. And Andy and I will get into this in just a few minutes about, again, what were they thinking. But let's start out with a really cool one. Not one, but two Bob Gibsons in the 2009 set. Um, Great overall. This one's obviously shot in the 60s. Sorry about the glare. And then this one, just based on his sideburns, was probably 73, 70. I like the look and feel of the set overall. Both years kind of have the same look with the circle, with the old time logo, and what the Ring of Honor is looking at is stars from the Cardinals and from every team, after a successful World Series season. Andy, who do you have?
Well, and staying in with what you were doing there, I'm going to show the two Cepeda cards. So fortunately, one's 2008, the one with them in the swinging motion on the, I don't know, whatever side. This one is on 2008,
There you go.
2009 to make it easier because everything's flipped around here. But
Right.
yeah, great job, getting Cepeda in there twice, because we don't get a lot of cards on him, obviously, because, he did have a short tenure with the Cardinals, but still a very prominent figure in Cardinals World Series history and Cardinals history in itself. So very happy that he was featured in both of these sets. And like I said, there's only two cards in the 2008 set, and I'll go ahead and feature the other one that was in the 2008 set, so everybody can see who it is. There he is,
Mr. Suter. Love it.
world champion. There he is, right there, Hall of Famer. Obviously, you would like to have expanded on this set a little bit. If throw, I don't know, Willie or somebody else from the '82 World Series. I mean, there's a ton of, like I said, there's a ton of people, and who knows what they are, and, what they're thinking when they're putting things together. But
Silent George would have been nice. Tommy Herr from 82.
that's a good one. I
So
like the Silent George. I mean, I don't remember. I mean, probably the '80s was probably the last time he's not. He never even made it into a fan favorite. Neither did her, I believe. So he never even made it a fan favorite. So any of those type of sets would be welcome down the road. But we know how that goes.
yep. We'll talk until we're blue in the face about it, and it never happens. But here's an iconic shot of Rogers Hornsby. So, a little bit of home guy from the 1920s, 26 World Series. Lots of, again, guys that could have been included from them. So again, I applaud the idea of the set, but why would you just do two Cardinals in '08 and an update, excuse me, and then do uh, 11 cards in the base set in '09 and really, again, be onto something that collectors like. And then Andy's talked about this before. It's almost like it's a freaking curse. And then it
Well,
just,
yeah. I mean,
it goes away.
to me, the thing to do if you're highlighting a World Series, then it would be to highlight all the World Series and then either just pick one particular player from every World Series. So to me, that would have made more sense. But sometimes things just don't make sense. But and then we go back to the what were they thinking category from the 2006. There he is, Tyler Johnson. Although he did have a excellent World Series, but you just don't. That's not the first name that comes to mind when you're thinking of the 2006 World Series, and probably not, and even in my top five when I think of the 2000 World Series. So just an interesting choice. All right,
I don't
so
even. I don't even think he would be on a top anything list.
I may have said 2005, met 2006 World Series, but he would not be in my top five or top probably 10 players that would come, I would actually come to mind. And during that
Right,
flat hat,
right.
Anthony Reyes would come before that because if everybody remember, he had that flat hat that he ironed and it would just drive me nuts. But if I'm thinking 2006 World Series, this is the guy right here, David Eckstein,
Yes, absolutely.
MVP. That makes sense to me. This one makes sense. So there he is.
I just thought of something. This is just a random thought from Bird Brain 66. But do you realize that if you go back through some of the great Cardinal teams that won World Series, how important really the shortstop is on those teams? Like you got Grote from 64. You just showed Eckstein. We already know what Edgar Renteria did, even though they didn't win a World Series with Edgar Renteria. We know about Ozzy. I mean, it's been so anyway, where I'm going with it would be great to see Mason Wynn become that anchor and really, make a good run for the Cardinals. Sorry about the tangent, but when you showed that, I was just started thinking about the great shortstops on the World Series team. One of our all-time favorite fiery competitors, Chris Carpenter, definitely deserves to be in the Ring of Honor, should be on more Cardinal sets, but again,
Nothing
doesn't
ever
happen.
postseason wise for Chris Carpenter when he dives into first base with the glove and makes the tag at first base. I mean that just never leaves my mind. Every time I think about Chris Carpenter, I mean the guy
Yep.
is just phenomenal, just phenomenal. What about the Godfather, Don Tony? There he is, everybody, La Russa. I mean, this guy got two World Series with him. So again, that's another thing. You know what? If you're going to do the highlight managers, Whitey, Red. I mean, we can keep on going back. I mean, we had great managers throughout the course of Cardinals history. So it's he should have had two cards. Two World Series wins. So there it is.
Yep. Nope, I agree. So you showed the Don, right? Well, here's another one. Nothing against Little Dunk, Chris Duncan, but again, in the what are you thinking? Same category as Tyler Johnson. Don't have anything against Chris. He, had a great run in '05 until injury started plaguing him. Not somebody that you would think of as a top five, top six player for the Cardinals in the '06 World Series, but you know, somebody made a decision.
Great shot of Yachty right here. I love this particular photo.
Yep, I agree.
Should have been featured on a regular
Kind of
card somewhere.
kind of call it an action shot. I mean, he's obviously has done something. He's either given instructions walking away from the pitcher's mound or something, or he's directing
Yeah.
somebody before the start of an inning, or congratulating somebody for making a great play at the end of an inning. So I really do like that, and we would be silly not to show El Hombre.
The machine, there he is, right there. Every time I think of the machine, though, I think of him on the ESPN commercial where he's making copies of the fax machine. So,
Yeah,
but I mean,
that's true.
700 home runs right there, man. There's I mean, probably the last guy that'll ever hit 7 home runs in baseball.
Hmm.
But
Did
overall,
we cover
very,
everything?
what's that?
I'm just double checking. Yeah, we covered everybody.
Yeah, great set, great idea. Always looking for unique ideas that Tops comes up with and some that they don't, because we have plenty of ideas to spend their money and time to make cards because they tell stories and it's a lot of fun collecting them.
Definitely. And that's what makes it, and that's what I like about this set too. I mean, there are really good little tidbits of information on the back of the cards. All right, so we got to turn this over like we do every single show. What do you have in the world of pop culture from '08, '09?
Well, from pop culture wise, because I always like to think because music always sets a time period in life and different things going on in your life. And I'm going to go 2009 because Foo Fighters' Greatest Hits CD album, whatever you want to call it, came out back then. Like great, great, one of my favorite greatest hits albums that's out there. But I'm definitely would use that for 2009. I know you had a great one, Van Halen one, so I'm not going to steal that from you because you came up with it. So hit that one up.
Oh, I liked it because Eddie appears on an episode of Two and a Half Men. He's in the restroom. Charlie needs to use the restroom. Stomach is gurgling, and Charlie runs up to the door, knocks on the door. It's locked, and he's like, "You're kidding or killing me or whatever." So he's waiting, and all of a sudden the door opens, and Eddie comes out with a guitar on him and says, "Whoa, whoa, you might want to wait a minute before you go in there." And Charlie says to him, "Do you really carry your guitar with you when you go into a place like that?" And he says, "You never know when you're going to get hit with an inspiration." And then he plays a great guitar riff, and he calls it two burritos and a root beer float. So there's your Van Halen reference for 2009.
Outstanding. And if you want to hit 2008 for Van Halen, they were still on their they had their 2007 2008 tour going on at that particular time. So there, and that was with the I know the cast of characters that they had because they were in between whatever they were doing back then. So
Right.
a band that I love and a band that I hate for various reasons because of things they've done and things they haven't done. So there you have it. We will leave it at that for right now, as far as that's concerned.
We could do a whole other show on that.
Maybe we will. We'll talk about bands or something just for fun.
There you go. All
So
righty. Go ahead. You can close
I
this
was
out.
gonna say, look forward to some upcoming 2024 releases, the Topps Heritage sets, which is cool because it's based on a 75 set. So really looking for that because if you go back for us, go back in our childhood, probably for me, like 74, 75 and 76 is when I really started collecting cards and opening packs and, and you can't forget the color theme of the cards when they came out, so really looking forward to that one. And then Topps Big League also coming down the road for us. What you got, Brian?
Oh, just I mean that's exactly what I was going to say. The 75 has just got those iconic the green and yellow going on or the purple and well, I don't know if that's pink, red, whatever that magenta, whatever the heck you want to call it. But yeah, great color combinations and love it. So yep, we're both just patiently waiting for those sets to arrive in the mail. So anyway, thanks again, everybody, for joining us on this episode, taking a look at the two cards from the 2008 Ring of Fire collection and the 11 cards, Cardinal cards from 2009. You can find us all over the place. But if you are enjoying us on YouTube here, please consider subscribing. Again, it just really helps our numbers and helps motivate us. And last but not least, if you ever have a suggestion or a request for a team set review or a card review, um, let us know. We appreciate you guys watching.
And one of these days I'll do some card of the days too, so Brian doesn't have to burden that up every day of the year.
It's all right. It's all good.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. We will see you next time.